There's that wind. It hasn't gotten any warmer. Nice nights in there. Whew! The wind is no joke when it blows through. So I'm gonna actually get my ski pants to block more of the wind. And I don't need snowshoes, but I think I'm gonna put them on just to have one more layer between the bottom of my shoes and the frozen snow. Car's only been here maybe 11 hours since I shut it off and it's frozen solid. Car's reading out at -8. The Upper Valley Grill. Last place you get enough service to make a phone call before you get out into the state park. Called my wife, let her know I wasn't dead, because there's not much for cell service out at the actual park itself. But I grabbed a couple of packs of hand warmers here so I can try to keep my camera alive, because every time I film for more than 5 minutes outside when it's down in these negative temps, the camera just quits. So I thought I was gonna have a warmer night tonight, but the fella at the county store just told me that it's actually due to be colder tonight because the wind chill is gonna be more serious. So I think I'm gonna come back to the tent. I'm gonna shovel the perimeter and make sure all of those edges are blocked in tight, and that there's no wind coming in the side and the bottom of the tent tonight, because I could definitely feel a breeze cutting through every now and then, and it wasn't a big deal last night. But if it's gonna be even colder and that wind chill is gonna be more serious, then I'm not messing around. Home sweet home. That's just from me closing the flaps. Yeah, for maybe a half hour tops. Ice is right over immediately. It's crazy. I think the camera approves if I walk up into the wind, as cold as it is. Just basically you're getting hit with that negative, who knows what, wind chill right into the camera. But I'm going to tuck this away and try to walk up a little bit and see if I can actually show you the whole pond instead of just this one little corner of it over and over, and then my camera dies. But we'll see what we can do. This video is not going to be stabilized, so sorry if it's a little shaky. But by the time I get the stabilizer locked in, monitor starts to flicker. I think it cut out before I actually showed you this last night. But this was the lean-to I wanted to stay at. I could stay in it as a lean-to, but there's no spot for the tent. No flat areas, but really cool spot. They've got these little bunks inside of them. And this would be the view. So you can see why I had this in mind. But I'll just have to come back and sleep in the lean-to. Maybe when it's only like -2 instead of -15 though, right? Maybe my wrist will be frozen so solid that it acts as a stabilizer for the camera. Find out. Walk a little further up, show you more. If I'm facing into this wind right now, when the wind blows, if I blink, my eyelids freeze shut, like my eyelashes. The moisture on them hitting each other freezes solid, and then it's like trying to pry my eyes open every time I blink. So I don't think I'm going much further this way, sorry. Ah, that lean-to just looks so inviting though. I've slept in a lean-to, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, in there. there's a lean-to up on the hill. And I have winter camped in my other tent next to that lean-to. I didn't actually sleep in the lean-to, but I used it because it's got the same table and benches like this one over here does. Mark my words, I am going to be sleeping in that lean-to. Yeah, that's probably a good enough hike for today. Whew. It's frigid. That's through my neck warmer. It's just iced over everything. Immediately frozen. Fingers. Feet stayed pretty warm though, which is good. I thought my feet were going to be the limiting factor, but yeah, look, eyelashes. Look at that. Oh, goodness. We'll hang our stuff up, dry it in the tent, and then think about getting some dinner. So I think it's probably worthwhile to show you the inconsistencies in the temperature in the space here. If we come down and measure the temp at the floor, the other thermometer here is reading out at about 60. I have the door cracked so the wind's blowing in. But as you come up, and then if I take the temp up at the ceiling, it'll be almost 30 plus degrees warmer at the ceiling. But if you position this little fan, so it's just a rechargeable, if I'm a little warm, then I'll position it down on the floor and point it up at me and blow that 50-degree air up towards me so I can cool off. And if I'm a little chilly, like at night last night, I locked it into the ceiling to point down. So I'm blowing that 80 to 90-degree air down. So it just kind of allows you to manage your temp, because you're not going to be able to manage the entirety of the tent. At the top, it's going to be 30 to 40 degrees hotter, no matter what you do. Not too bad. Probably overcooked the fish. I don't really know how to cook fish. Tastes good to me. This is the middle of that bigger piece. Perfect on one side. It came out a little burnt on one end. If I take that off, for all you know, that's a perfect piece of fish, right? Ridiculous. And yes, the tent is now a crazy, gigantic, massive mess. Oh, but that was so good. I am so ridiculously full now. Oh, that was good. That was way better than I had any right to be. That's actually my first time frying fish or frying French fries, actually. Shout out to Ethan Chlebowski. His video was the reason this was possible. And then the inspiration for it was I was supposed to go ice fishing today, but the weather was so cold that we had to cancel. So I went camping instead. This may honestly be the first break in the wind in 24 hours. And it's happening during sunset, so let's check it out. Wowee. Whew. Check that out. The amount of snot coming out of my nose every time I walk out on that lake. Last little glimpse of that sunset. It is so cold outside. So let's go inside. And this time, I think we will stay there for the rest of the day. Oh, hello. Such a friendly guy. Oh, yeah, you're cool. Okay, we are in for the night. Definitely noticed, like, cracked skin and knuckles and fingers. And I actually just got a bloody nose. Temps are nothing to mess with, man. Too cold and too dry. Night 2, -10 out, 82 in here, and laying on top of my sleeping bag tonight. A very different night. Once I closed down all those cracks around the perimeter and got the stove functioning properly. It's about 2:30 in the morning. Wonder if we're gonna break last night's record or not. I'm in a puffy coat and my pants. I'm inside my sleeping bag with a liner. I got the fleecy. And the sleeping bag zipped all the way up. That's at like the very edge. But yeah, inside the sleeping bag, you can get readings at like 75. Sleeping pretty good. I just wake up on and off when the stove goes out. Thought that might happen. That was actually a lovely night. I almost feel like I overslept. Woke up a lot later than I intended to, but that was a crazy cold night. It was insane. There's ice everywhere. It's warming up pretty quick as the sun breaks up into the sky and the fire gets going. But I'm probably just gonna cook myself up some food and then get going. Sorry guys, I heard it's supposed to maybe get above 0 today, so I'm getting out of here. I don't want to get too hot. Negative 16.1 night 2 nights in the woods, and then we had a full day where we didn't get above 0. And I feel good. My fingertips are cold. My camera gear is not enjoying the trip as much as I am. Negative 16, we maybe could have gone a little lower, but when that fire died out, it was chilly. Until I start to clean this place out again, I kind of forget that it's just a tent, and that's just dirt on the ground. And there's not much else to it. It just very quickly starts to feel like a home. A park ranger one time commented on how I seem to very precariously stack things when I'm moving them in and out. In that case, I was putting stuff on my paddleboard, and it actually kind of looked a lot like this. I look forward to the summertime when you guys can see some of those trips too. It's a lot of fun coming in on the water, but it only takes a couple bungee cords to keep us in business, as long as I don't take the corners too sharp. But if it topples over, it all stays together still. I've done that a couple times too. I thought I could get up there. The people have spoken. What they want to see is more sledding.